Well, good day YouTube and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino by his lonesome, and I'm going to be drinking a beer. Today's beer is one of the last, well it is the last, it's the last beer from the Mill Street Summer Seasonal Package. This is the Belgian Style Cherry IPA. Belgian Style Cherry IPA, there's the label for you. So, Belgian Style Cherry IPA is 7% alcohol by volume. Now, on the back, our ingredients are water, malted barley, malted wheat, and cherry juice concentrate, and yeast. Now, there's been a lot of talk lately, and I've been posting a lot of articles about the food babe thing, and I don't want to bring her up at all, but one of the things that was an argument going on was about how the big brewers put up their ingredients. They didn't put up additives or anything, but we're not even going to touch on that. And for Coors, they said Coors was water, barley, corn, hops, and yeast. And the food babe came on and said, is it corn or corn syrup? You told me it was corn syrup in an email. And they went fighting back and forth about semantics. It was a liquid corn adjunct, not high fructose corn syrup. Well, the liquid corn adjunct is still usually considered corn syrup, just not high fructose corn syrup. But the reason I'm bringing this up is they could have said barley, wheat, and cherries, or cherry juice. But what they said was malted barley, malted wheat, and cherry juice concentrate. Now, I'm not a huge fan of using cherry juice concentrate. I understand that using it is a lot easier than using actual cherries. I do understand that, and I'm not going to fault them for it. I'm just saying myself, I'd rather the actual fruit. But bless the guys at Mill Street for coming out and being transparent about what is in their beer. Wow. You know what? I expected a much different color with this, especially since it said it was made with cherry juice concentrate. Okay, on the camera it looks a little pinkish. It's looking more orange than anything here. It even said on the back of the bottle that it was a garnet red and best pink beer ever and everything. It's not really got that look for me. Okay, I might be able to accept garnet red. I might be able to. Holding it right up to the fluorescence, yeah, I can probably accept that. I still say down here, without the fluorescence going right through it, it looks more orangish to me. But right up here with the fluorescence shining right through it, yeah, I can see garnet red. I can understand why they were saying that. Smell. Ooh, a little bit of apple ester, a little bit of banana, a nice cherry scent, and a beautiful, beautiful maltiness. Smells really inviting. Let's try it. Cheers. That is interesting. Okay. Now, I always berate Mill Street. I really like the guys at Mill Street. I love Steve. I love his brewmasters. I love his whole team. But I always make fun of the samplers because they always come out with all these boring beers. Usually, there might be one beer in there that's interesting, but all the new beers that are in them are usually fairly boring, fairly simplistic. And this season, they've all been interesting. Even the simplistic one, the 100th Meridian, was a nice beer. And then they had the Chipotle lime beer, and then they have this. They're all very interesting, very intriguing beers, and that's what this is. I'm not sure if I'm sold on it yet or not, but it's a very interesting, very intriguing beer. The cherries come off both sweet and tart. You're getting a nice sourness on the background that hits right before, well, I shouldn't say on the background, it's more the middle. It hits right before the back end hits. And you get a sweetness right up at the forefront. So it's almost, right at the forefront, it's almost like you're eating bar cherries. The machino? Whatever. Fuck, the cherries and heavy syrup you get at the bars. The very front end, it's like that. It's just a really sweet cherry flavor. And then you get a cherry sourness. Then you get a slight dirty hoppiness, which finishes with a little bit of a fruit ester and a tiny touch of bitterness on the back end. And the sweet cherry taste mixes very nicely with the malted wheat. The wheat's coming out more than the barley. You're getting more of that heavy cereal grain flavor. Well, I'm getting more of that heavy cereal grain flavor. And 7% alcohol. Not any alcohol astringency at all. Not any alcohol warmth. Not any burn. Not any taste. Very nice beer. The hoppiness on this is not really apparent, but there is a resiny bitterness that sits on the sides of your tongue. It's weird. It's on the sides, not on the back or in the throat. Sides of your tongue, which is reminiscent of some of the IPAs I've had. And, I mean, that's where you're getting most of your IPA out of this. Not enough Belgian flavors for me to say it's a great Belgian-style IPA. Not that I've had many Belgian-style IPAs. I mean, I've had a bunch. I've had probably 10 to 20 of them. But it's not like it's a stout or a porter or a macro lager or anything else where I've had hundreds of each, or lambics where I've had like 60 or anything like that. It's a style that I don't find very often. Not very Belgian-y for me, not very IPA-like for me, but a very good beer. Out of 10? You know what? I like this. Oh, you know what? There's a flavoring mixing in with the cherry flavor now that's almost like I know it's not in there, but it reminds me of the Belgian candy sugar, the beet sugar that they use. It has that almost like double like sweetness at the forefront mixing with the cherries. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I really enjoy this. Excuse me, if I could buy this in singles, I would. I really am sad that I missed out on this at my beer festival. Thank you guys for watching. Ooh. Wonderful night and bye.